What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Dubkast. This is episode 27. I'm your host, Trent, otherwise known as Dirty Assault. And today I'm joined by a returning guest, Slyboyzay. Isaiah, welcome back. Last time we had you on, you went by a little bit of a different name.
Yeah, yeah,
And so you did a little bit of rebranding. So that's exciting. But you've had a lot of stuff, not just, the rebranding. You've had a lot of stuff going on. You
yeah,
moved,
yeah.
new games have been out, so you've been playing some new stuff, and we even circled around and played some of the old games that when you were first on here you had talked about. One of those games being Apex. Me and you knocked out. it
Mm-hmm.
was it was so funny too, because it was like one of those times where you could kind of like flex a little bit, because
Mm-hmm.
we were playing, grinding out some games of Apex, and Isaiah's like, you know what, bro, I think I'm gonna hop back into some Apex. I've been seeing you play some Apex. I'm like, yeah, dude, we need to link up. We need to play. So he hops in, and he plays a couple warm up games. He's like, yeah, I got some dubs. I'm ready to hop in whenever. So I'm thinking, okay, cool. And so he joins the squad. First game, first game in, just
Bro,
comes through, carries us, and we get the dub. And what a
bro,
weird game too.
but you know what though? Then that game and a lot of other games that are similar to it, you can't really like. It's not like Call of Duty where you can just like clutch out anything because that in that you have so much life and it's so like, oh, I have to shoot and then I either have to play as a distraction or something like that. Like there's so many parts. It's not just like you're holding a gun. So I can't necessarily say that I was, that I was like the the backpack type dude or whatever. Because bro, I'm telling you, if I don't have like those people that are, it's all about location too.
Yeah.
So when you guys are relaying information, that's just as important as any other role that you play or anything like that. So
It does seem, and this is going to probably be hot button topic, whatever, but switching over from Call of Duty to playing more games like Apex, one of the biggest things that I've noticed is there's just way more skill in Apex. And I know that seems crazy because it's one of those games that is all about third partying people, which
mm-hmm.
seems like pretty whack, but and in a lot of ways it is so infuriating when you are in the middle of a battle and somebody comes up behind you, takes you out. You're like, oh,
Yeah,
okay. But it's all about that positioning though that makes it that much more.
yeah,
So I enjoyed playing, and
bro.
I
Yeah,
continue. I
we're
I
we gonna
grind
lock
it
it in.
out. Yeah. Oh,
We
and,
gonna
and
lock it in.
ranked is a whole nother thing, and they're
Ooh,
starting to implement new game modes, and even those game modes have ranked a bit. So it was a fun time, and it was just crazy that. Well, I think it was actually our second game, if I'm being
it's probably
honest.
like I think it was. Yeah, it was like our first or second, but it was real early on
Yeah, it
into it.
was
We
so
put
early, and what a weird game too. It was one of those games where in the first, I want to say 5-10 minutes of us kind of like looting,
yeah.
we like looked over, and there was already like 10 people left.
Bro, yeah, that's what I was saying.
Uh,
Yeah, it like the map was still big, everything was still going on. You know what I'm saying? We were
but
hearing gunshots and people were just getting smoked the whole time.
that dude was smoking people with the
Yeah,
bow and arrow.
yeah.
I don't know
Oh
how,
my,
right? Like,
yeah.
yeah, the bow and arrow is hard to use, but some people are nasty with it.
It's a sniper rifle, and it's so crazy because it's like suppressed. So if you get hit, it takes you a minute to register what's happening and everything like
Mhm.
that. You know what I'm saying? And it's like what we were talking about earlier, how it's so different and everything, and how it's kind of like more skilled. Like it's not necessarily it takes more skill, but in Call of Duty you can sneak up behind somebody and get, like, you know what I'm saying, quick kill, quick kill, quick kill. You can't really do that in here. You know what I'm saying? People have time to
Yeah.
react. There's more life, and then there's those character skills and the traits and the passives, and everybody's a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? You got your Gibraltar and everybody that can take more damage. So really all they got to do is look back at you. Even if you do catch their back, they can catch up on you on life because they have that jump, that life lead and everything like that, and the shields and everything like that. It's just a lot more that you have to focus on if you're going to run up on a team, and whereas in Call of Duty, you don't necessarily have to have your team behind you the whole time. You could just go in and smoke a whole team by yourself because you caught their six. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
No, that
You know?
100%. Yeah, that increased amount of health. And
Yeah,
then like the reward for the more that you're actively going out there putting damage on people,
yeah,
getting the red shield.
yeah. Oh
Oh,
yeah.
dude,
Oh
there's
yeah.
nothing
Yeah.
more like crazy than dropping in and then like somebody immediately having red shields. I'm like, bro, where are
Yeah,
you putting
bro.
all this? I'm still grabbing, trying to find a gun.
Bro,
But
that's what I'm saying. And then they spawn that dang on. It's not as bad as it used to be, but the Mozambique or
yeah,
whatever, that gun used to be absolute trash, and they would just spawn it in all the time. It was just all the time, 24/7. They would throw that at you. But now I guess they kind of got like attachments and stuff. But I'm still kind of learning the updates and everything
yeah.
myself. So I'm still right behind you with the learning and whatnot, because they changed that game up tremendously over the past like year.
Well, and the new character, Mad Maggie, she's insane. I mean, you want to talk about somebody that quite literally can be an all around unit for a team.
Yeah.
Her ability to just be so quick, like she throws down the ball that is already going to roll at a team, and so the team's
Yeah.
got to dip out the way. But then the ball, it leaves behind all these speed boosts. And so she's just like hauling ass, and she already gets a passive boost for carrying a shotgun. So
Shotgun.
it's just increased speed on that, and then the whole team. I mean, she could become a nightmare. I mean,
Oh,
when she first dropped, so many people, and I'm trying to think now. I'm wondering because there was the 3 free ones. I think I did get Valkyrie. I hope.
Valkyrie's amazing. She's low key. I feel like she's played a lot, but not a lot of people can like use her. I feel like people just use it because they want to fly and all that other stuff. If you play right with Valkyrie, bro, you can absolutely decimate. You got high ground all the time. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? Nobody has that advantage but her. You know, Pathfinder, he has to use a certain amount. Even if you do use his zip line and stuff like that, he can. It takes time to get up there. You know what I'm saying? She can go
yeah,
from one level to another level just by looking up and holding it. Whatever you got your stuff, either
be clutch.
hitting it. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Well,
It's
it
crazy.
it was unique that they gave her away for free along with uh what was it, Octane and the defensive chick. What was that? Watson.
Watson.
Yeah, they gave away all three of them, which was kind of new. I'm trying to remember if I actually got Valkyrie. I may have kind of messed myself up and missed that free giveaway, and that was the one that I was waiting for the most.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
but yeah, it's one of those that it's frustrating to play, but if you can really sit there, hone in on
Yeah.
the skill, hone in on the types of weapons and the type of skills that each of the characters individually have, it can be a
Hmm.
blast. And if you get the right
Yeah.
squad, I think yeah.
Yeah, that's even better because you got that teamwork and communication, and you could just link up your ults or do anything. It's yeah. There's a lot more that you can do that I feel like, and then you got to learn your character. Of course, you can't just go into the game and start throwing stuff out as freaking Gibraltar or whatever. You got to wait for charges and stuff. It's just I agree with you. It's
Yeah,
it's a blast to play.
a
Yeah.
whole new thing.
Yep.
But man, so last time you were Flyboy, was it Zodi,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And so you rebranded to Slyboyzay. So
Hmm.
I'm curious what prompted that, and I will go by saying this: I loved your old logo. I love the
Oh,
hyena.
really?
I
You
love the
like the
hyena.
hyena?
I did, but I think that your new logo is very slick, and just because
Thank
it's
you.
like it's simple, dude. It's a
Yeah.
simple
Yeah.
S, but it just I don't know. To me, it's one of those that it's simple but catches your eye,
Yeah. I feel you.
and I like it a lot.
Thank you.
And so the color scheme and all that, I really love what you did with it. So I'm curious to hear your new direction and what prompted those decisions.
So I wanted something that was more along the line of my name as well. Like everything that I kind of come up with is usually related to my name in general, like Zaya, Isaiah, or whatever. And so I ended up just thinking, I was talking to my family and stuff like that, and my girl and all this for a little bit, and kind of coming up with ideas, and we kind of came up with just this name altogether. But the reason I ended up changing my emblem was because I just wanted something that I could play off of. I didn't want to necessarily have to play with it, because when I'm going with like a hyena or something, that's what people expect, at least in my book and stuff, is that it's related to that. And I wanted something to where, because I have so many ideas for different things, like later on when I do gear and all that, I don't want to just have to play off of the emblem itself, just kind of like incorporate the S into things, different styles. And it just gave me more freedom for my community as well. So like when I'm doing stuff, and you know what I'm saying, it's not necessarily you have to abide by it or whatever. And I wanted things that were more just universal, I guess you could say. I wanted something that was a little more, I could do different colors with it. I could do different things with the hyena. I kind of just had to stick with the brown and all this, and the letters were, I tried to keep the pink and blue because I love the pink and blue colors that I've always messed with and stuff like that. And so I just kind of messed with that, and then kind of made it metallic and everything like that. And I was like, I think I'm going to stick with this. I think it looks better and it's more professional, I guess you could say. You know what I'm saying? It was more like, that's what I was kind of trying to go for.
It's one of those things too, that it's not like you have to go away from the hyena, to be honest. If you really like the hyena, you could come out with special edition merch or whatever, where you throw that hyena on maybe the back or something. But the S is like really marketable, to where as long as you got that color scheme, you got maybe like the name underneath or something. I mean, to be honest, in a lot of ways, I just feel like keep it simple, because the more you do it just kind of takes focus away from, this
exactly.
And I'm sure you do the same, but I look around at a lot of the people that have really blown up, and what their logos are, and all those guys keep it simple. It's nothing. It's nothing like super elaborate. And a lot of people, even me, I really struggle with my gamer tag. I struggle with my, like, what I want to be like an emblem, because I don't know what would be good. I don't know what would be marketable. So it's literally my face. I'm like, that's what I look like. Here's me,
Exactly.
But to what you did, it's not like, you did this like unheard of idea, but you kept it simple enough that I think that it's really smart to look at it through a marketing standpoint too, because I could definitely see a fly shirt. You know what I mean? Okay. I see
bro,
that. Is that Slyboyzay merch? Okay.
That's what I was
thinking.
You. See, bro. And then that's what I want to do, is another reason I wanted to keep it simple as well, is when I watch people's merch and stuff like that, they always have the emblem. And it's usually not, I wouldn't say it like a lot of the time, but sometimes it's a little too big. You know what I'm saying? You don't always want to have to look and represent that and everything like that. So you know what I'm saying? Come out with a baseball cap or something, you put the designs on the front, you could put like a little tiny S on the back of it. You know what I'm saying? So it's mine, but you don't necessarily, it's not the center of attention. I didn't want the name to just be the center of attention. I want the things and the ideas that I present to that logo and everything to be the center of attention. So when I come out with something that's going to be bold, you know what I'm saying? A long sleeve shirt or something, and you got the colors down the sleeve or whatever, and it goes down half the shirt, and then maybe like on the pocket or something small on a tag on the back, you got the S. And they're like, yeah, what is that? And then they got to look at it. You know what I'm saying? That's why I wanted it to be, you got to present the idea before you present the creator. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's pretty much what I wanted to do. And
is that something that you like went out and seeked somebody to help you design, or is that something that you kind of designed on your own?
No, I just a lot of the things that I've done on it have been pretty much my own. I usually go out and I look at things, and I use like different apps and stuff, and I kind of go through, and I just downloaded a editor on there because I was doing my emojis and stuff like that for my channel as well. So I was like, I'm gonna try to just change it. While I'm changing up my emojis, I'm going to combine a few different resources and stuff like that and see what I can come up with. That's pretty much what I came up with, because a lot of the ones you either have to pay a good amount of money for or something like that in order for or you have to hire somebody and stuff. So I was like, I'm going to come out with something simple. If I want to change it later on, then I'll change it. And then I ended up liking it, and I ended up enjoying it a lot. It looked, like I said, a lot more professional. You just, like you said, simple. I wanted something to be not, like I said, I didn't want it to be like too crazy bright or anything. I just wanted that. I was like, better yet, I'll just go with the, first letter of my name, and we'll do that. And that's what I came up with, and hopefully people like it and everything like that. And hopefully I come out with some merch that'll have that on it.
I think you'll find people do. And what program did you use for that?
One of them was Place It. I used some of my cousin's art. She came up with a few ideas, and then I had a few other friends kind of come up with a few ideas that kind of sent me in that direction. Uh, but a majority of it was from Place It, and then I used Google a little bit, and I kind of tried to get like, corners and stuff, and try to,
All right.
the metallic thing. It was just a flat S, and then I put the metallic shade thing over it a little bit. And there were a couple other ideas that I was going to come up with. One of them had like a gemstone or something in it, and it was pretty cool. And I was like, oh, that looks pretty cool, but it kind of gave me more of a Renaissance vibe. I was like, I want something that's modern and looks sleek rather than
Yeah.
something that's like that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what I
I'm
came up with
just
so far.
yeah, I'm just curious because I use this one app I bought for my wife to actually help with her like site, her little
Mhm.
crafting and stuff, and it's called Procreate, which can
Oh,
sound like an odd name, but I
I was about to
promise you,
say.
yeah, it Procreate. It's on iPads and
Sorry.
oh, you're good. Uh and it's a crazy cool app. A lot of people create it, you gotta like use a pen and you get on there and it's almost like a drawing pad, and they got so many endless amounts of things. And I've seen a lot of people use that to do the even do some of the like the maybe like their animation for the same similar thing. So I was just curious if maybe you use like a
I
program
want I
like that.
wanted to get my because my cousin is an artist and stuff like that, and I wanted her to actually go in and see. But I wanted to, you know what I'm saying? If somebody's gonna do that for me, I want to actually pay him and stuff like that. So I was like, I'm gonna hold off, do my own thing for a little bit, and then when I want to get that big jump, you know what I'm saying? When things
Hmm.
start taking off, then I'll actually probably hire somebody to come up with something for me and everything like that. Because I had a few people that offered, but I'm not gonna just have them do something or whatever, and then make my community based off of it, and then end up. Sorry, my daughter's getting it's about to be nap time.
Oh yeah, you
And then
understand.
come up with a few things off of that. But I always want to, give back. So I want to make sure that I pay them and
Well, there's a
everything like
certain
that.
amount of pride too that you
Yeah,
have
yeah.
whenever you've designed something of your own.
Mm-hmm.
So that's got to be exciting in and of itself, just to be able
Mm-hmm.
to have something that every time you like look at your profile, you're like, yeah, I did that.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. And that's a good part of it too, is that I can say that I mess with it a little bit and did everything
Mhm.
like that. So yeah, I agree with you on that.
Well, last time we had a conversation, I can't remember exactly what your follower count was. I want to say it was anywhere in the range of like maybe like 50, 60, 70 around there.
Yeah,
I
it
know
was
that
about
sounds like a
that.
long range, but I know
Yeah.
that
No.
we were somewhere around there. But you recently hit a big milestone and
Yeah.
you continued to grow and you are officially over that 100 follower mark.
Thank
So
goodness, bro.
it is a nice hump to get over, I'm
Yeah.
sure,
Yeah. Oh
to
yeah.
be able to look, you're like, okay, I'm in triple digits now.
Uh-huh.
We've entered a new realm. I'm double what the requirement is for affiliate. And are you affiliate now?
Yes, I've been affiliate for a minute. When I was at, I want to say 60, like 7 or something like that, I was
Yeah.
affiliate. So it didn't take too long. I had a few people watching my streams and whatnot and doing all kind of different things to help me get there. Because I think the biggest problem for a lot of people is getting the average views,
Yeah.
which I
Yeah.
don't know how they expect somebody to be a partner making 75 average views. But that's a lot, man.
That
That's what
is a
I'm like.
lot.
That's a lot.
It is. It is. It's very difficult, and it's one of
Hmm.
those things too where I tell people all the time that I haven't, I have conversations with people that are interested in streaming or people that currently stream, and they're curious, like, what is a good idea to maybe get to that point. And I
Hmm.
haven't even hit that, and I'm at 105 right now.
Yeah.
And so it's way more difficult, and a lot of that I think also stems from some people like myself. I stream way too often. I feel
I feel
like
you. I feel you.
I
Yeah.
need to have that little moment. And even though I can squeeze another hour or two later on in the afternoon, that's not my streaming time period, right? And
Yeah.
so the more you do that, you I think can run into a problem where it stretches you thin. So
Hmm.
whereas my 4 to 6 o'clock time period, I have
Hmm.
averaged two people, but 7 to 9 o'clock, I was able to get on. So I just was like, okay, I'll pop the stream. And I only
Hmm.
had one viewer. It kills your average. And I think I
Yeah.
have that too often.
Yeah.
And so I had a buddy of mine actually, who is my typical co-host,
Hmm.
who hardly streamed at all. I mean, dude
Hmm.
hardly streams at all. But he had one day that he logged on, and I thought he was lying. I swear, bro, I thought he was BSing me. He loved Destiny. He loves Destiny 2, plays it all the time, but he waits for the new DLC. The new DLC drops, and he's like, yo, I want people to see what this looks like.
Yeah.
This man hit like almost 500 active viewers in one stream.
What the
and
heck,
it immediately kicked him to affiliate because it was like he had that many
average
in
that's
one
crazy.
stream. And so
crazy.
Blew my mind. I'm like, no way you had that. And he takes a picture of it. And yeah, so I mean, for an hour or two, it of course dropped down, but he had like 60 people watching him for a couple hours.
Lucky.
Yeah.
Lucky.
All it takes is that one time.
Because I was stuck on like 2 point something, and I couldn't because my friend would join every now and again, and I would stream and nobody would be watching or whatever. Seth is actually the one that told me about that because I was having a problem and everything, and he was like, "Oh no, if you got less than 3 viewers or whatever, just cut it off and do all this other stuff." And shout out Native Santa X.
Yeah,
but he ended up helping me with that and getting me on my feet to where I could kind of like, because I was like stuck in like a 2.3 or 2.6 range, and I just couldn't get it. And I was like, dude, this is never gonna work. And I ended up doing it like the next following week because he ended up helping me get a little bit of, he would join or whatever, and then he would try to get a few people to join or whatever, and it helped a lot. And I seen that affiliate, and I was like, yeah.
I bet. Well, for those of you that listened and tuned into the last episode, I did mention that we might be able to get Native Santa, Flex Tito, and Slyboyzay all in one stream. We had talked, or one episode, we had talked about it, but it didn't work out that way. A couple of them got busy, but that's why we still wanted to make sure we got Slyboyzay on, because we wanted to continue this community. And that's one of the biggest things that I can say about these guys, and that's why I wanted. Now, for those of you that heard me mention it last time, we still plan to eventually do something like that, but the reason for trying to get everybody together, if at all possible, being that they have created a community, and this is something that you can probably speak to as well, where you guys have played together and actively help each other to support people. And it's something that, I wish that I could probably speak on while everybody is here, but I don't mind bringing it up a little bit no matter what, because a lot of people want to go into streaming, and some of those people are people that they're not somebody that likes to play with a bunch of other people. Games like Elden Ring are games that are more solo played, but you can play multiplayer. So you get a lot of people that are just you're gonna pop into their stream and they're just gonna talk to you and tell you how the game goes. But in online competitive multiplayer, where you are actively playing with other people, it does help to have a stream community. And I can speak on that because I see it with what you guys do. You and Seth especially are constantly helping each other out, sharing each other's posts, making sure you're making comments on the post, liking the post, and all those things are so crucial. And I feel that love back. Seth is one of those people, which is Native Santa X, to those that was wondering who the shout out might be for, who does that, who he's even popped in to my streams at times and been like, yo dog, are you affiliate yet? And I'm like, no, I'm not yet. I'm still grinding, but it's a slow journey. I understand. And he's like, yeah, well, we're gonna get you there. And then he'll share my post, and I'll notice a couple views go up. That to me goes a long ways, because in streaming, I think a lot of people can get that mentality where like, I can do it by myself. I'm gonna do it my way. I'm gonna get there, and sure, you can probably do that, but I find so much joy in popping into like your stream and Seth's stream and hearing you guys like playing together. Like I'll go hop over. I'll be watching Seth. I'll be like, yo, dude, what's up? Hope you're getting some dubs. And then I'll go hop over into your stream. I'm like, yo, dog, what's up? And so I'm like bouncing in between the two of them, because it's cool to see you guys like uplift. Different perspectives. See you guys uplift each other, see how you guys move together. And so, I mean, you could you can go with any big streamer. Dr. Disrespect is playing with Tim the Tap Man,
I was about,
right?
yep.
You got, I seen Courage JD was playing the other day with oh man, I was literally thinking about this in the car today, and I'm like, man, who is the streamer that he was playing? Ninja. He was playing with Ninja. You know,
What?
you got yeah, they were trash talking each other back and forth, like, you know, they tricked each other. It was a funny
Yeah.
TikTok. He goes, Ninja was trying to get him with a, man, what's that soy sauce? No, what's that thing that people drink? It's like alcohol and wine. And they kept trying to think about it, and he goes, is it sake? And then Ninja's like, yeah, how about you sake these? And I'm like, oh my god, bro. And so you see that, and then you see the content get boosted. Right, so like those interactions between two streamers, but so you got one person's perspective, the other person's perspective. That's just more content, more help with that content.
Exactly.
Sorry, I got on a rant.
No, go.
But
Absolutely.
you know, like that's the cool part about when you play. I currently play with another guy that streams too, and even though we aren't playing together, it's cool to feed off each other, because he'll say stuff to my chat, because he'll hear, like, I'll be like, yo, Isaiah, thanks for liking the stream, and then all of a sudden over the mic my buddy Tyler would be like, yo, Isaiah, thanks for liking the stream, bro. Yeah. And so it's cool, you know, you get the like-mindedness in
exactly. And we do that all the time. We kind of try to keep not necessarily like the same schedule, you know what I'm saying? Because me, like, especially with the move and stuff like that, he'd still like promote my stuff, and I was like, oh, thanks, bro, I really appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? I kind of stopped streaming for just a sec so I can get all this stuff situated, and then I ended up growing my stuff. I ended up putting like avatars and all kind of cool like different things on the stream and whatnot. And as soon as I did that, he was on it. You know what I'm saying? Seth is I'm not too active when it comes to like communication, but he, like I'm saying, he's kind of like been the motivator, I guess, of the group, because you know what I'm saying, he wants this, he knows he's gonna get it, you know what I'm saying. There's not a doubt in his mind. I've just been like somebody that kind of goes to tournaments or does anything like that, and I want to earn a little bit of extra cash or something like that. But as soon as I started talking to Seth and stuff like that, it was just one day he posted up something on Facebook, and he was like, hey, does anybody want to start streaming? And I just got my camera and everything situated, and I just got the PS5, and I was like, you know what, I might want to start streaming it. So I hit him up, and then ever since then, we've just been chilling. We stream all the time and do all this other stuff, and he's definitely like the person, the go-to, like, you know what I'm saying. I help with like the behind the scenes stuff, you know what I'm saying. I help with like emblems, like names or anything like that. But like I said, he's definitely the go-to when it comes to like communication. He's gonna post your stuff no matter what, and do all this other stuff no matter what. It doesn't matter if it gets a like or not. He's still gonna post it. He's still gonna be hyped about it, which is great, because I'm not necessarily the most social person when it comes to that stuff. I'm loud and I'm proud and I do all this other stuff, and I try to help my friends around me. But you know, he's up there. He's very social. He's a definite great friend to have when it comes to things like that. It's been a journey, man. It's been a journey. I did not think that I was even going to get 100, followers. I was just putting up a couple things. I was like, hey, my cousin might come through and do all this other stuff, and then now I met you through it. And all, you know what I'm saying? It's a growing experience, and it's been amazing. It's been amazing.
Sure. It really has become a community, and it seems weird to think of it that way, but I mean, I never would have thought that I would have even gotten 100, and to see your growth, to see Seth's growth, to see just the activeness. I mean, look, it's not everybody's an overnight success. It does take a little bit of grinding.
Oh yeah.
But when you think about, okay, here's where I started, here's where I am. I do have people that occasionally pop into my stream and say what's up, and some of them, I'm sure from experience, are people you don't even know. Exactly, but it's cool because you never know. There's still a lot of people out there that love to stop by a stream and they don't ever comment, and that's okay because they might not feel comfortable commenting, but they like to see your energy, and so it's always good to build those communities, because I think it just really helps with the interaction and it helps it feel more natural. So
I agree. And especially having like people when they come into your stream and whatnot, you know that they're there for you. You know what I'm saying? They're
Mhm.
not there. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's your gameplay, whether it's your personality, whether it's something you're talking about, the news, whether you're bringing something new to attention, they're there for you and to communicate with you and everything, and to learn more about you or learn how you play or learn what you. And it's been crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely been one of my most favorite things is when me and Seth or somebody are playing like Call of Duty or something, and we squad wipe somebody. They come into the stream and they start, you know what I'm saying, messing with us or something like that. And
Yeah.
they're saying you're trash, and then they end up following or subscribing or something like that. I'm like, hey, see, so you do, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
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 It's like,
A little bit of respect back,
yeah,
like, all right,
exactly.
Yeah, that you love when that happens. And are you currently doing anything social media wise? I know you said that you're not as active on it, but are you trying to work towards doing anything like that? Like, are you posting stuff on TikTok or
I've definitely
YouTube?
I got a couple things in the works right now. I've been trying to really master my editing craft and do all kind of other stuff. If you look back on my TikTok, which is the same exact name, Slyboyzay, I ended up changing it on there too.
Mhm.
I feel like my editing has come a long way, because I used to put out some blurry stuff, man, and I'm kind of getting a feel for it. I'm learning about rendering and refresh rates and all kind of just everything, so that way my stuff can look as good as possible when I'm on stream. And then I also upgraded a couple other things on my computer, so that way I can, have the best quality and whatnot. And I just really want a lot of connection. You know what I'm saying? I put these like avatars on there, so when you come into stream or whatever, you say something, they like walk on the bottom of the screen and stuff. It's pretty cool. And you can
I
like
did
stop. Yeah.
I did see that. That's cool.
Yeah.
And I like that because can't you activate like where they battle each other?
Yeah, so you can fight people on it. Like you can you just type in exclamation point attack, and then the individual you want to attack. Or you can like spawn games in it, so you can play basketball against people and all that. Or you can do like bets. You can do like if they're wanting to bet on something, like if they think I'm not going to get 10 kills, another person thinks I'm going to get 10 kills, they can put up coins and currency for it. And I got all kind of different avatars from like Dragon Ball Z. I got Pokemon on there. I got One Piece, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Zelda, all kind of things, Kirby, Stitch, all kind of things that I just went in, and I was just kind of like going in and putting that. You got to set up the points, and that's what I'm saying. It was a lot of stuff for me to do, but it's definitely worth it, especially when I see people are enjoying it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was cool. It was definitely cool. Yeah.
Yeah, adds a whole new aspect to the stream, but makes it
Exactly.
entertaining and engaging.
Exactly.
So I love it, dude. I love it. I love
I'm
seeing
trying.
I love
I
seeing what you're
appreciate
doing.
it. I
And the
appreciate it.
background, I gotta say, it looks dope. It's
Oh,
like a
thank you.
galaxy back there.
Yeah, bro, that's what I wanted. So I got me some. These are glow in the dark, but you can't really tell because the light, of course. But if you shut them off, some of these are glow in the dark. And I got a samurai, green samurai, dude. I got Spider-Man right here. I don't know if you know what Fallout is, but that's the Nuka-Cola
Oh
Quantum.
yeah, of course, man.
Yeah.
One of the goated games.
Yeah, man. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Speaking of go-to games, I think this is a perfect point to transition to because I really want to speak heavily on this. The last episode, I spoke a little bit on Elden Ring, and but I was speaking from a perspective of somebody that was currently downloading the game, not somebody that had played it. Now that I've played it, you currently are playing it as well. I think this
Yep.
is a perfect opportunity for us to go into it. I halted
Absolutely.
us right before the stream of talking about it a little bit because I
Yeah,
wanted us to.
yeah.
Man, I got to tell you, I think hands down, 10 out of 10, bro. This is
Absolutely.
a great game.
Absolutely.
Great game. I mean, I know that there's people out there that say that about a lot of games. Now, I try to be a harsh critic.
Oh yeah.
I'm telling you, this is a great game. Did you play Dark Souls?
I played Dark Souls 2. I didn't beat 2, but I did beat Dark Souls 3, and I played Bloodborne as well. And
Did you ever beat Bloodborne?
I don't believe so. I could have, but don't quote me on it. I'm not gonna. I'm
Bloodborne
pretty
was so
sure I
good.
got pretty far, but I do not think that I beat it. Bloodborne had some cool mechanics to it, like when you kill somebody, you get the health. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that was some cool stuff. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Bloodborne was a really, really good game, and it was really the first one of its
monsters.
kind for me. I didn't play Dark Souls really. I never really played them, but I did play Bloodborne, and I loved it so much that this announcement of Elden Ring really it really excited me. Now I did end up right after I beat Bloodborne, I bought Dark Souls 3, but I never ended up
Okay.
I never ended up playing it. Well,
What about
I played it, but
Sekiro. I think that
No,
was.
and
Did you
that's
ever play
one of those.
Sekiro?
I is that on PC? I
No,
know I
it's
should
on.
know.
I think it's on all consoles. If I'm
Is it
pretty sure.
okay?
Oh yeah.
Because at this point, I'm kind of PC or bust.
Okay.
I'm kind of in the process of I'm gonna start looking to buy a new one here soon. So I'm pretty
Mm-hmm.
excited for that because then I'll be able to have a little bit more juice to run
Mm-hmm.
some games.
Yeah. Yeah.
But which I will say for somebody that's literally running on like a 5th gen PC and playing on a 1070 Ti, my Elden Ring runs perfect for me.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
have any issues with it. And but like you said, Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, Neo, um, uh,
I played Neo 2. I didn't play Neo 1.
yeah,
I played Neo
I didn't
2.
play either of them, but like
Oh,
those are
okay.
all games that I really like to
Oh yeah.
play.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Just really, really good Souls like games, and
Yep.
Elden Ring seems to really have tackled a whole new achievement with doing this in open world. Like it's
Yep.
crazy
The
how
steed. Ooh, the
yeah.
steed is tight. Oh yeah.
Oh
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
Being
The
able to like go to all these different areas and it just feels refreshing. Like
yep.
every time, like my biggest thing, my biggest pet peeve about open world games are sometimes you just get burnt out, man.
Yeah.
And the biggest one I always had an example for, and I talked a little bit on last episode, was like Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed is a good game, but like there's so many side quests that you can easily get burnt out because
Yep.
you've dumped in so many hours. Like I said, I've dumped in probably 80 plus hours into Elden Rings already,
Yeah.
and it still feels fresh. And I think a lot of that has to
Exactly.
do with you don't have a bunch of side quests. It's like just go explore.
Yep,
But
exactly. And not just that, but no matter what, I feel like in Assassin's Creed, these other based games, you do stuff, but you get like currency and whatnot. You don't get
yeah,
anything that's gonna improve. You know what I'm saying? You could play this game and you can go do your side stuff or face a side boss or something like that, and you get something. It could be the strongest, thing in the game or something like that. And you just like, whoa, holy smokes! I just got me a new enchantment or whatever, and
yeah,
all these other things. And it's I feel like you're constantly growing no matter where you're going, and unless you're gonna die and you go back and revert back to that. You know what I'm saying? Those grace periods or whatever the case is, you're
right.
still going to constantly grow. You know what I'm saying? You're either going to learn your enemy, and you have to learn your enemies on this game, or you will get smoked,
It's
bro.
brutal.
It is. It is. Or
Well,
you're just getting gear, and it's amazing. I love it. Yeah.
it's one of those games too that like early on stuff can fuck you up.
Yeah.
Middle of the area stuff can fuck you up.
Absolutely.
Stuff at the very end can for sure fuck you up. I mean, it
Yeah.
everything is brutal. The little grunts that run around the map that you think are easy, they can kill you just as easy as the other guy.
Exactly.
And it's something you got to take into account where you got to be like on your toes. But I like that because I never really thought about it until you just said it. But those games, yeah, they give you currency. But this one, every kill can help progress to make you
Exactly.
better. And
Exactly.
so that is, that it's a great point. Now, what did you make? What's your build?
So far, right now, I have a faith build.
Okay.
And I've always been one for different like spells and whatnot. I think I was like a magician or something like that in the last one. But in this one, I really enjoyed. I think it was in Dark Souls 3. I like the Dragon Slayer's Great Axe. I think it was or something.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a weapon, and you had to have faith for it. But it was like a heavy weapon and stuff. So I was like, hopefully they have something like that in here, or they have something that's related. And I found the Halo staff, I think it's called, or something like that. And like you got these heavy attacks, and it does a great amount of damage and everything. And then you can like throw these halos. The same. I don't know if you probably have encountered them, but the knights with they like throw those little discs, the little
Yeah.
destructo discs. You can throw those too, and you can just womp 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 and keep throwing them and throwing them and throwing them and throwing them until you run out of magic and stuff like that. And I'm like that. I'm a very like flashy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I want stuff to look pretty when I'm doing it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to just swing a sword or anything like that. Or I got to use axes or something. I love my like dual axes, dual blades, the Uchigatana or stuff like that. It has to have some type of feel to it. And so I went with the faith build. I think I got me a decent set of armor right now. and it's just like a hood to keep it light because I gotta have one little sliver, or else I do my heavy roll. And then yeah, that I got my I think I got heal right now, and then a thunderbolt. I can throw a thunderbolt, and then I can do a lightning strike from the sky. And then I got that scythe or whatever you want. It looks like a scythe almost, but it's like a staff. It just looks cool. I'm gonna have to send you a picture of it afterwards.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah. What do you got? What do you got? What do you got?
So I went completely away from magic and I went all strength. I built off of a hero. So I wanted my dude to be like a Viking, right?
Oh
And
yeah.
so
Oh yeah.
my dude dual wields axes.
Yep.
And
Yep.
so I got some heavy armor on. I tried keeping it more medium armor because I wanted them like to be able to move around and jump in and out, because my
Yep.
biggest thing right now is with my dual axes. I'll like kind of sit around,
Yeah.
and then I jump and I double like overhand double axe, and it does like
Yeah.
hella damage. Because
Bro.
my right axe right now is like plus 14, and so
Whoa.
yeah, it does I want to say it does like 280 damage by itself, and then the other one I have is only like level 8, but it still does at least like 180
What?
or something. So yeah, the
Dog.
both of them together, like
Together,
when I overhand,
bro.
it's like 500.
I do like
500.
160 damage, but the thing is like I said, I got that range, and I can also continue
Yeah.
going. I mean, it's like wop 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 wop.
Well, and like you said, that range is huge because I don't use anything right now that uses range. I don't use magic.
Yeah.
And so I get into a lot of battles that require range. And I'm like, man, I just got to kind of figure it out.
Learn the opponent.
Now, the stronger I'm getting, the more comfortable I am like in the pocket. I've been increasing my vigor. I've been increasing my my health. I actually, this is crazy. Spoiler alert. But you fought Godric.
Yep. Yep.
So Godric drops that axe.
Oh yes. Yeah.
I actually just for that increased my dexterity all the way up to 22 as well, and I can dual wield Godric's axes.
Bro, I took the little hand dragon because it had faith. It had faith on it, and so like
for sure.
I use that for like a little bit, but you know that one attack where he throws that fire when he gets the dragon arm and he throws that fire into the air and it comes right down. Yeah, you got that animation for it. It's cool, and that thing is fast too. It look he does a little bit of damage. I think it did like nothing on it. It was throwing out like 110 or one something on it. And I was like, oh, that's pretty crazy.
What you need to find is the meteor spell. That spell slaps.
So I'm gonna have to talk to you and see if you can give, because I've tried.
I'll tell you right now. Well, I should probably be careful what I say because I do have a sorcerer build that I have waiting for me to beat the game, and then I was going to go through and play it with sorcerer, but my plan was to give all my stuff to like one of my buddies and then log in with my other character and then get all my stuff back.
Yeah,
maybe that's cheating, but it's basically like me just like kind of having like my own personal inventory and then giving all the stuff. But no, I still know where to find some of it, but there's a really good sorcerer spell which you like basically just drop meteorites on people, and it hits hard. It's like the purple dark magic that you can get.
Oh yeah.
So it's crazy. It hits hard, but there's so much. I even just did this dungeon yesterday. Took me 2.5 hours to finish. It was insane, dude. I just kept getting so tilted, and it's because there's this chariot that rolls through the chamber. It's like downhill, and there's like these little corridors, like these little nooks that you got to like run, hop in. Chariot goes by, you're like, okay, hop out, run, and you got to be like on it, boy. You got to be like, the timing has to be perfect, and my controller kept messing up. So like my dude would be running and they just stand still, and I'm like, no, and I'd like hurry up and try to like wiggle it around so he'd get running again, and I would die.
Bro, I would not even attempt to play this game with a broken controller.
No, not at all. I mean, luckily it doesn't happen like a lot. I mean, it happens annoyingly like enough, but nothing to where it really hurts me that bad. But long story short, I get down. Well, hold on, I got to tell you all this because this is like what really triggered me, is because you get all the way to the final area. I mean, you go through hell trying to get past this chariot. And then
Yeah.
finally the last nook is the hardest one. Timing has to be perfect. And you finally get into the nook and you're like, thank God. And in the nook where you're safe, you turn around and in it is like a what do they call it? A shade knight, like assassin. You know what those are?
Oh my
And
God.
bro, he just
Backstab.
killed me. And
Dog.
so I was so tilted, man. But anyways, you get through this. If you can figure out how to get through it, you get through the whole thing, and you actually have to fight this boss, and he drops. Sorry, guys, again, spoiler alert, but this is pretty good to know if you want it.
It's important.
But he drops a Blood Knight Ash, so you can actually summon a Bloodhound Knight to fight with you. And just like how you summon the dogs, and I've seen some people on TikTok use them, and I've seen them like damn near solo a boss with them, but it was well worth it. I got a lot of cool armor, but I'm pretty far up north, and
that's where I'm at. I'm heading north, and I'm at like a castle right now. I just hit a castle, and I just like went past this little. I used a gate key after fighting this dragon or whatever I got a while ago, and I ended up going inside of it. I didn't even know you had to use it on the dang thing for a while. I just thought it was like blocked off until you beat a certain boss. So I literally went into it, fast traveled to it, looked at it, seen if there was a thing there, and then took back off. And now coming back to it, and I was like, hold up, wait a minute. I wonder if I got to use this key and whatnot, because that's what I like to get. Like when I go through my second playthrough, because I always do like new game plus like 3 or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then that's when I start looking up different stuff. But up until then, I don't really look anything up.
There's been very few things I've looked up, and it's because like I'm like something's weird. I can't figure it out, and I just give up. But
yeah. And you don't want to burn too much time, just like, you know what I'm saying, going and backing up. But the ash that I use, I don't know if you know this, you probably do, but when you face the little purple boat dude, you know what I'm talking about, you get those skeletons.
I'm trying to remember his name. Starts with a T, but go ahead. Those skeletons.
I end up using those for more like a distraction, because when they die, it's just like if you face the actual skeletons, they have to actually hit them on the ground as well. And so literally I just like spawn those guys in or something like that, and so far they've actually been working out really well. I got the one where you can summon 2 of them at once, and so they just walk around and they'll attack, and sometimes they'll stun lock them, but if they die, they spawn back with full health. So I'm like, that's kind of it, bro. That's kind of like, you know what I mean?
That is.
Yeah, they like, if they don't hit them that like third, because they got a good amount of health. They took when I was facing Godric, that's when I used to like buy some time and stuff, and they would be, you know, jabbing at him with the spears, so they got some range or whatnot. But he'd be hitting on them or whatever, and then once they'd go down, I would literally roll up on them, get some hits in, do a couple things, and then if he didn't get that last final hit, and they just come back with full health. And so I was like, dang, it's like we spawning in another one.
Yeah. So did you go and fight the I don't want to ruin this for too many people, but the second boss, or the third boss technically, I guess you could say, but the moon chick.
I think that's where I'm about to be now, because if she's magic, I'm like literally right outside her doorstep.
Okay, yeah. You're in the magic area.
Yeah, I'm in the castle academy north. Yep, exactly. Yep.
Okay, I know exactly where you are.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm a little bit further than that, little bit further north, and so without ruining too much, though, I mean, I really love the game's mechanics. I really love the implementation of like the amount of different mobs. And I really love the way that they did the terrain. The game is just freaking beautiful.
How far east have you went? Do you know? Have you gotten to like?
I've been a couple places east that I got teleported to. I don't have the maps for it currently, but I've been to like the Beast. What is it? Beast. So
I know what you're talking about. Where you give that guy the
death route.
Yep. Okay.
So I've been as far that way, but I haven't like traveled over there to like and explored that much.
I got you.
I explored enough to get to there's a dragon you can find over there in that area.
Yep, I seen him. Yep. With those
Oh,
after the like little centipede type creatures on that road. Is that what you're talking about?
well, there's one that's like asleep and he is huge.
Yeah. Is he
And
like white with hair?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. He's no, bro.
Farm
That's
alert.
yeah.
I don't.
That's where I was like, I'm cutting it. This guy's too strong. I did like 10 damage to him, and I was like, we're going back to that grace, and I'm
Yeah.
out.
So here's a secret I'll tell you. And listen, I don't know. There's some people, some of my friends refuse to go and do this because they're afraid there's some like storyline thing there.
Okay.
And I didn't think about it until afterwards because my buddy was like, "Oh yeah, just go do this," and so I did. But if you go to his back hind legs and you just sit there and chop at it, you can hit him until he dies. And
What?
especially if you do bleed damage. And he you know how he spawns other dragons?
Yeah.
And you don't have to worry about those ones because you just go to his tail and then go back around and then go to his hind legs. And I literally just sat there and just kept hitting him and kept hitting him. And then he finally dies and then he drops you like 70,000 runes.
Bro. Yeah, I'm gonna do that because
but it's like crazy because it's like 70,000 runes. Is this like somebody that might have been important for the storyline and I don't know
real,
now?
bro.
Because
Yeah,
you can fuck up a storyline in this game easy.
I was watching a TikTok and somebody was like, they like hit this giant or whatever. He's like reading a book or whatever, and they thought he was an enemy, and they hit him like 3 times. And he was like, "Oh, you're peace out," and just disappeared. And then that was it. I was like, "Dang, bro, you literally probably are missing out on all that stuff now. You screwed up."
Yeah. You got to be careful. I was running around in like this swampy area, and I seen this Grace, and I was like, "Oh, dope!" And so I run over, I hit the Grace, and then excuse me, and then this dude's like, "Why don't you get out of my face?" And I'm like, "Yo, what?" And so I like went and because I had the opportunity, like, or the ability to talk to him.
Yeah.
And so I like sit there and I kept trying to talk to him, and he's like, "Why don't you piss off?" And like I'm like, "Yo, this dude's not fixing to talk to me. I'm streaming right now. You ain't fixing to talk to me like this."
Yeah, you're gonna
and
get
so
on
I was like, and he's like,
bro.
And he gets up and his name is all red, and that's never a good sign because that probably means he's important unless they're invading you. And so he fights me. I fucking kill him, and he drops all his gear, his helmet, his like everything, his weapon, and I'm like, that's not a good sign.
Yeah, bro.
Because
that in Dark Souls 3 though, sometimes there's people like that where you gotta like face them or something in order to get their really good stuff. So you might have just hit the jackpot though, because if that stuff is good, bro, you get looted up.
Yeah, I don't know. It was like I couldn't really have a conversation with him, but he just rubbed me the wrong way. I didn't like the way he was talking to me.
And you know what? In this game, you can't do like the whole NPC save before you beat him up type thing. You got to just suffer the consequences. Yeah. And just wish for the best. Because
my buddy fucked the storyline. I'll say that, but I can't explain how. But yeah, and I'm like, man, rip, because you put in how many hours? You just gonna have to see it through, my boy.
Yeah, exactly. Create a new character or something, bro. Because it's bad for it. Yeah, that's exactly. There was I was hearing my friends talk about I think there was a guy named Patches or something like that who was also in Dark Souls 3, I believe, or something like that, or maybe Bloodborne. It might have been Bloodborne or something. But they got characters apparently from those different types of games, and in those games he's a douchebag, and so people are like, "Yo, I want to kill him and do all this other stuff." I don't know. I haven't ran into him yet, but supposedly, yeah, I'm ready to see this fool because I think I remember running into him, and he was kind of up there with the annoyance level.
Yeah, there's so many cool like just people that they put into the game that and cool areas too. Like you're gonna definitely come across some areas where you got to make some tough decisions, and I'm curious to see what route you go. I can tell you this isn't a spoiler because there's a lot of people that anybody that's played Dark Souls games knows that you can go the good route or the bad route. I definitely am going the bad route.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I'm kind of like following the characters since I'm doing the faith build. I've been kind of like people are always asking it, like those little weird witch creatures are like, let me see your hands. The other chick, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, yeah, go for it, do whatever the case is. And if you turn on me, I'll come back for you later or something like that.
Yeah.
And I haven't paid any consequences yet. Somebody gave me like a thing earlier that gave me like 15,000 runes or something like that, and I was like, oh, see, being good has pays off. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're
So
out there spreading the faith.
yeah,
Spreading the
exactly.
good
Yeah,
word.
exactly. Yeah, yeah. I'm hoping, hopefully, that I can find like one other solid weapon that has like that faith like aspect to it and has like a cool animation. But if not, I feel like this weapon is pretty dope, and everything in here has like such like great animation to it. You know what I'm saying? Whether you're using a sword, an axe, the daggers or something like that, everything has that cool stuff. And then you can put stuff with it, so that way you can actually kind of like customize the weapons yourself in a way. You know what I mean? It's tight. It's definitely tight. I like it a lot.
Yeah, I'm excited to continue. I've put so many hours into it. The crazy part is, I seen the other day that somebody beat the game in 3 hours. A speedrunner did. Beat the entire game in 3 yeah, in 3 hours. And then I've even heard rumors that there's a guy out there that actually beat it in like an hour or less.
Dude, those guys are
how?
monsters. They literally just scroll through the game. They've probably been playing Dark Souls the entire time they've been alive or something like that. And they just go through. They know what things look like, hidden marks, and what to do and what not to do. And
Got
it's crazy.
fingers, got
For real, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that G Fuel just balancing off their neck, bro. It's crazy. And then I don't know if you know this, but Seth got this game the other day.
Oh, did he?
He got it. Me and Tito were talking to him, and I was like, yo, I'm streaming. You should see how big this stuff is. This game is blowing up so well and everything. We can look and get some viewers off it and all that stuff. And then me and Tito played it for a little bit. We did co-op, and he was like, all right, I'm downloading it, boys. I was like, yeah. And so he got it.
The co-op is great. I mean, it can be a little clunky in terms. So far, I've had people where it's like down to like the final couple hits, and my friends will disconnect. So that does happen. But luckily, it doesn't hurt me, but it hurts them because then they don't get the rewards from it. So that kind of sucks. That's happened a lot. So I don't know if that's maybe just a bug that they kind of need to update or whatnot. But still, multiplayer on the game is so much fun. Being able to like call your squad in and being able to kind of like run through an area in a lot of ways. I'm glad because you're playing this on PC, right?
No, I'm on PS5.
No,
is there no crossplay for it?
No, unfortunately,
there's not.
No, so it's on all platforms, but you can't like play with somebody on console and PC. It's got to be
what?
Yeah. And it's very unfortunate, but
that's crazy. Oh, dang, that sucks. Then that might be because me and Tito were trying to link up the other day and we couldn't. And I was like, oh yeah, that's probably why then, because there's no freaking crossplay. Dang, bro, I thought they would have had that.
Well,
that
yeah, because
sucks.
It does suck because I convinced my buddy to buy it, and then he was like, "Yo, so how do we play together?" And I looked into it, and I'm like, "We don't."
Oh yeah, that sucks. That's a crusher then. Dang, I should have got it on PC then. I might have to still get it on PC. I have to find some loose change or something like that and get that stuff on PC so that way we can all, because I was looking forward to the invasions, bro. Low-key, when it comes to the PvP in the game, me and my homies used to play the crap out of it and everything, and we just be going back and forth and come up with different builds and bleed builds and all.
I've seen some crazy builds where people just I've seen one where this guy was like most OP build in Elden Ring, and he's just like waiting, and this dude just is like basically kind of circling around him trying to get a feel for him, and he's just kind of sitting there watching him, and then the dude finally gets cocky and like he's like, okay, I'm just gonna attack this guy, and he comes to fight him, and the dude's just like and like cast a spell, and it basically just like overcomes him with the darkness. I forget what they call that, and he just instant dies,
bro. See, no,
I'm like, I'm not trying to fight people like that, bro. I can't do that.
I wanted to invade so bad. That sucks. I hope they update it. I hope they're like, we're gonna cave in, we're gonna put it on, crossplay or whatever the case is, because crossplay is such a big,
it's in everything. That's why it's so weird that they didn't do it.
I don't know. Maybe I don't know why they would, honestly. Maybe the servers couldn't hold it or something like that. They knew the game was going to blow up.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It is frustrating. I had a Discord party that was like full of like 6 of us, and only 3 of us in there. Well, 4 of us in there were playing on PC. The others were on console, but we were all just
Yeah.
in there chatting about like what was going on. If
Hmm.
anybody, but it just sucks because like if anybody needs help, you know,
Yeah,
it's
you
hard.
can't
It's
just jump in. Yeah.
yeah, but I will say for me being such a strong build, my guy, his like focal point, or at least what he's really good at, is
Uh-huh.
staggering. So some people are really good with being able to like get that bleed damage and stuff like
Yeah.
that. My dude, I'm like, boom, I'm like getting these big hits,
Yeah.
and like it gets the enemies like, whoa, okay.
Yeah,
And
bro.
so that's like been the fun part about like my build, but every time I summon like a spellcaster, it's infinitely easier to be able to have them to where they can like kind of be
Range
like,
out.
yeah, just sitting there hitting spells, and I can kind of circle around and like get those hits
Yeah.
in.
Well, the cool thing about this like staff thing that I have, this, I don't know what the heck you'd call it. I'm gonna have to look up the official name for it or something like that. But it also does bleed damage. It also, like, you
Oh,
have your
really? I
magic.
didn't know they
Yeah.
did that. That's cool.
So it also, yeah, I'll just be hacking away at somebody and I'll hit them like 6 or 7 times, and then a chunk of their life just goes away. And I'm like, woo, you're
Yeah.
done for now, buddy. Yeah,
Yeah, no
it's cool.
kidding.
It's cool. Yeah, this is definitely one of my favorite probably weapons that I've seen or used in like a Dark Souls game. It's just altogether cool to me, and I'm enjoying it. I'm hoping I'm gonna find some other cool things, but this is probably gonna be like that main weapon I use for now.
That's
This
cool.
thing has done
It's good
some
to
work.
know that you kind of
Yeah,
have like, yeah, this is it. This is it. I found
yeah,
some
exactly.
really good weapons in this new area that I'm at,
Hmm.
but none of them are like axes that kind of fit like what I want to do.
Yeah,
I found like some really dope hammers and stuff like that I could probably use, but
yeah.
nothing quite yet that I 100% I'm like, yeah, I think I could see myself changing. Godric's axes are pretty nice because like they're longer, like they're like way,
Okay,
you
yeah.
know how they're like longer. The ones I
Yeah,
used are a
yeah,
little bit more like medium,
yeah.
so like they're good. They hit hard. They're not like like the little smaller like Viking style axes that you
That's the
can.
one that I was using at the beginning, was like this little small Viking axe, and it did some good damage, but yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah. No, I have the actually heavy axes right now, but
Okay.
Godric's axes, just with the length that they are,
Yeah.
I could get like the longer reach, which would be maybe helpful. But I kind of
Hmm.
like even though that mine are shorter, I like it because like you get in those tight hallways and stuff, and you might
Yeah.
hit the wall.
Dude, I hate that. But it's a good thing to put in the game, but that thing can really mess you up.
Yeah,
And like swords or something, when I'm like throwing like the little cosmetics that are in the ground, like if there's a sword or something sticking out the ground, if I throw this or throw like a spell or something, it'll hit that and it'll destroy it. It won't go through it or anything like that. So I'm like, dang, now I just wasted a big chunk of freaking magic for a strong spell. And
yeah,
now I'm here. You know what I'm saying? It's a good thing they did that though, because it shows that you have the capability of interacting with the map. And
yeah,
I think one thing that I wish they would have kept, I haven't run into it yet, but like the hidden walls. I don't know if you've ever been in like Dark Souls 3
yeah.
where you like roll through the wall and stuff. I thought that was a pretty cool feature, but I haven't ran into any yet. I haven't ran into anything like that
I've
yet.
ran into some,
Oh,
and
really?
yeah,
I'm gonna just
and
start
there
rolling then.
I yeah. So I hit a lot of the walls, then they'll go away. You just got to read those messages on the ground, man,
That's what I
and
do. Yeah.
people will tell you. But there's been there was one dungeon I did, and I thought I was done with it, but there was like 4 hidden walls in it that just kept leading to like deeper
What?
and deeper into it. And
All
so
right.
yeah, but yeah, it's cool. I like that they added that because
Yeah.
it adds like another little aspect to catacomb or caved or dungeon crawling, whatever you want to
Yeah.
call it.
And it makes you want to explore, the edges of the map too. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, this could be a reward or something here. You're not just stuck with a wall or whatever. You know what I mean? So that
The
I'm glad they
dirty
kept that.
part is the fact that they have like these little weak guys in certain areas, and if you run up and you're like, huh, you hit them thinking you're about to take them out, and then they transform into like something.
Oh,
That beginning area had that huge ass bear. Did you run into that
oh,
guy?
yeah, yeah. That's that Bloodborne style stuff. I don't know if you remember Bloodborne, but
Yeah.
when they were like these little dudes, they were like praying on the ground. You could hit them and you'd one shot them easy. But then, like, if you hit the wrong one, their like head or something will pop off and they turn into like this big tentacle. I was like, yo, no, yeah, they did this.
I fucked up.
Yeah, bro. And then
Oh, I fucked up.
a majority of the time they put them in like areas you're supposed to be like that you're either weaker at or you're at the same level. So they will mess you up, bro. Yeah,
Oh, for sure.
absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely a 10 out of 10 game for me. Elden Ring
Same.
has definitely overachieved, and it's one of those that I look forward to continuing to play and talk more and more about as like I get further into it. I'm
Yep.
excited now that I know you're playing it, that I
Yeah.
definitely want to see some streams or something,
Oh
you
yeah.
know, so
Oh yeah.
check out your build.
I'll probably stream sometime, like, because I wanted to actually get like an official schedule and everything like that. I got a couple other things that I'm going to be doing, so I wasn't going to come out with it just yet. But I'm going to be posting up the official schedule for it, and I'm going to have an official time and everything like that. And
Love
I'll
it.
probably have like official days that I play with Seth, and then days that I play Elden Ring or any other things, because there's this other game called Ghostwire Tokyo. I don't know if you've heard of that.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's coming out, and I wanted to stream that too. So I want to get at least like a new game plus in before I end up playing and streaming that. But I want to stream this probably like tomorrow or something like that. I was probably gonna stream like later tonight, but Seth's wanting to play Call of Duty, so I'll probably roll a couple games with him and then go take care of a couple things around here, and then I'll probably end up streaming this tomorrow, and I'll come out like every other day and stream something else every other day to maybe like every 3 days or something like that, and kind of set things up like that.
Love it, man. Variety streamer, but that's nothing wrong with that, because
Yeah.
I think that allows us to see like the different sides of you, that competitive multiplayer side, that that single player, Souls like games too. All that stuff is fun, and I love checking out new games. That Ghostwire Tokyo game, I've never seen anybody play it. But hearing you talk about it, I definitely want to see some gameplay on that eventually.
You should check it. You should check it out and see if you want to, because I don't know if it's PS5 only. It might be PS5 only. Don't quote me on that. But if it isn't, it's like a horror first-person game with like some Doctor Strange style. Like that's how you do things. It's crazy. It's crazy cool. It looks dope.
Yeah, I remember seeing the trailer for it when they dropped it, and it looked interesting. I didn't know how to take it, but it looks like one of those games that you kind of have to see it to really get that full picture. So.
Exactly. Yeah, I agree with you on that.
Well, I look forward to seeing some of that stuff. And all your socials and stuff, you said that you've changed those from over to Slyboyzay.
Yeah, it's just like how it is now. The good thing about the name that I chose and everything like that as well is that there's no like not knockoff, but other people using it or anything like that. So I didn't have to put anything in front of it. Everything has been so far so good. I got the same for TikTok, same for Instagram, same for I believe my YouTube, and then anything else that I have going on. If you want to look it up, then it's on there.
Right. Yeah, I was gonna say I tested that on Twitch. I started typing in Slyboy. I was like, I wonder how many there are, and you were the only Slyboyzay, so it's like it's definitely got to be. That was like I've been thinking about rebranding for a while, and like that's the biggest thing. All the names that I thought about going to, there were like people that were like multiple variations. So I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna keep what I got for now. Then.
Yeah, I feel you on that. That was one problem that I just kept running into as well, is that there were so many people use so many different names and everything. It's hard for you to find something that's kind of like that, and that's why I wanted to also, integrate my name into it, because I was like, there's other Isaiahs and stuff like that, but they're not gonna. It's going to be rare that they're going to have my thought process along with my name. You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, even like, hypothetically, a lot of people out there are like, yo, I want to be a part of FaZe Clan. Do I want to be FaZe Slay or Slyboy? Do I want to be FaZe Zay? Whatever.
Exactly.
I was looking into that, and I'm like, man, I guess I would be FaZe Dirty. And then I looked into it. There already is a pretty big streamer that's FaZe Dirty.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like, oh well, okay. So
yeah, bro.
Would I have to be FaZe Assault? I don't know what that would be.
So. Yeah. That's what I was saying. There's a lot. Yeah, like the play on stuff. Like you have to just really find. And I'm not one to where I usually like altering or putting letters or numbers for letters, like 3 for E or something like that, or 1 for I.
Numbers are best to stay away from, and that's why I thought about changing mine, or at least dropping it off. I've heard a lot of people just say it's so much easier to find your name if you don't have that numbers in it.
Yeah, and I wanted to keep it short too. I wanted to keep it like something like within like lower than 10 letters or something like that. You know what I'm saying? The shorter, the easier it would be to remember, and the easier it'll be to like look up and everything like that. So I was just coming out with all kind of different things, and that's just pretty much what I came up with. It's if you want to do something, just do something that like relates to you, and then maybe like your name or like an abbreviation on your name or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? That's the easiest for me that I found to come up with and everything. So
yeah, I love what you did. I think it
appreciate
flows
it.
really good. I think like I said, the image part of it looks good. So
Thank
I'm
you.
happy
Thank
to
you.
I'm happy to
Thank
see
you.
you moved into your new house, and
Yeah.
got your gaming room set up, got it all ready to
Yeah.
go, and you're ready to tap in.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm
Absolutely.
definitely glad I was able to bring you back for another episode
Thank you
on
for having me,
Dubkast.
bro. It means a lot. It means a lot. Trust
Well,
me, that
and
I appreciate
like
it.
I said, this is one of those things where I love it to be a community as well. I haven't had a streamer on in a while, so I love bringing you guys on and just having conversations, because even like this one, it's really just a conversation that if we
Yeah.
hopped in a Discord together, we're gonna have
Yeah.
anyways.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
I love to get that recorded, and for people to see what it's like and feel what it's like, and to have those conversations with streamers
Yeah.
and see where their mind's at with it, because sometimes you
Mm-hmm.
don't see that when they're live on stream. They're focused on the
Yeah.
game, so to take a little bit of that attention away and to focus in on what they got going on and the hard work that they're putting in and seeing that side of it, I think there's value to that. So
I agree.
a lot of people out there want to be streamers. A lot of them don't know the steps that they need to take, and or they don't know what their vision is quite yet. And so I
Yeah.
think having those conversations, and those are people that are going to be in your stream too, that
Exactly.
they see
Exactly.
what you're doing, and it gives them inspiration. And
Yeah.
I think that's every time you see that number grow, it's just more people that you can influence and help make their day.
I agree.
And with your high energy, you always make it a good experience. So I know that, like, my mood from when I'm playing, I'm like, yeah, bro, what's up? Yeah, just come play with me. Then as soon as you're
Yeah.
in the lobby with me and we're
Yeah,
talking,
bro.
it's like my energy's up there because your energy's up there. You're like,
Bro,
okay, let's
you
go.
know what? Everybody, I have some people, not really actually, to be honest with you, very many times, but they'll be like, dude, you're loud. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I try to keep things,
You have fun.
there's yeah, exactly.
Nothing wrong
There's
with
no
that.
reason not to, even if you're losing games or something like that. Sometimes I'll be a little bit tired or whatever, you know what I'm saying? I only get a couple hours of sleep, and I'll be, doing something, and my mind's somewhere else, but still I try to keep my focus on the game and bring it, because this is what brings me happiness. You know what I'm saying? If you're not hyped like that when you're doing the thing you absolutely love, then you probably aren't doing the thing that you love. You know what I mean? So you just gotta. I've always been loud. I've always been, you know what I'm saying, just high energy or whatever the case
I
is,
think
and
that helps you.
I
I think
try. I try.
I think it makes it who you are, and I think that
Yeah.
it's a good thing. I think that's why people are tuning in. I think that's why you're seeing good growth, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it. It means a lot. Trust me, because I'm trying. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, sometimes I'll be tired or something, but and as soon as I jump into the lobby, it's hard for me to not just start screaming or something. It starts,
Yeah.
So
Oh,
yeah,
for sure. Well, cool, man. I appreciate you taking the time to do this.
absolutely. Anytime, anytime.
Being willing to take time away from Elden Ring and
Yeah,
sit down and talk with me. I know that that's
absolutely.
difficult.
Oh no,
Believe
no,
me.
not at all, bro. Trust me. Anytime, you know what I'm saying, you guys are wanting to chill out or play the game or something like that, I usually try to find time and whatnot, and I, get my
Sure.
chores done early or whatever you want to call it, so that way I can come out and chill out with you guys. And anytime you guys are wanting to chill out or play the game or something like that, I'm always down. And I have a variety of games to play, and I never like shun any game. You know what I'm saying? If you guys like chess, then I'm cool with chess or whatever. It's just all a matter of how you make it, what you bring to the table, how much fun you can have with it.
Oh yeah, man. That's a great way to end. Well, everybody, I got the name right underneath. So make sure you go and follow Slyboyzay. That's on Twitch. Make sure you give him a follow. And let's keep this stream growing.
Yeah.
Be a part of that high energy. So for us here at Dubkast, we just want to say thank you for joining us again.
Thank
And
you.
we hope that no matter where you are or what you're playing, we can get you guys one step closer to clutching that dub. We'll see you guys next time. Appreciate you for stopping by.
Peace.